Hi, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that my glasses are not reflecting in my ring light, y'all, but I don't have my contacts on and I need these to see. So I'm actually going to be doing something, or we're going to be doing something a little bit differently today. As you guys saw in my last haul, I talked about mental health and how important that was to me and how passionate I was about it. And I kind of wanted to, move into separate videos about that, something like shorter, sweeter compared to my haul. So I want to start doing like a segment or a series every Monday, which is like a mental health Monday or a motivational Monday, where we talk about things regarding mental health that can grow and help us reflect inwards. And when I say us, I'm saying that because it's a journey for myself as well as anybody that's viewing me. So we're in this together, and it's a learning process. I'm not perfect. It's taken me a long time to get to this point where I can reflect and see my flaws and where things I want to improve on. Which I mean, it's beauty in our flaws, you guys. I don't want you to ever think that it's any like we are imperfect, and that's beauty in us as human beings. But like I told somebody the other day, when your actions or behavior no longer serve you, or hinder you or make you unhappy, then that's when you have to reflect, go within, and see how you can improve on those things to have a better quality of life for yourself and those around you. So when I first thought about this idea, you guys, I think I'm gonna take these off because I think that they're reflecting. So when I first thought about this idea, you guys, I was gonna talk about something else, but I seen a video and they mentioned this tweet, which I don't have a Twitter. And I'm gonna read the tweet, you guys. It says, "Just so you know, ghosting is emotional abuse. Not returning calls is emotional abuse. Leaving people on red is emotional abuse. If you do this, you are an abuser." Okay. So not to laugh at that, I'm sorry, but when I first read it, I was like, those are very strong and bold words. I don't know if I would use the same type of terminology that she used, honestly, but I mean, everybody's perception is their perception, and whatever your truth is your truth. Like, I can't argue with you about that. But it just, I sent the tweet to a friend and asked her perspective of it, and it made me start thinking more about, like, like, because when I see things that I don't necessarily agree with, I say, okay, why do you not agree with this Ayambi? You know what I mean? So I started thinking, okay, well, like, why do you not agree with it, or try to see how she feels about it, to get some type of true understanding about the post, which I don't really know unless I have a conversation with the person that posted it. But it came back to like a common or a running theme I had within myself for the week or the past few weeks, and the conversations I was having and stuff. And it was control and having a victim mindset. So when I say control, I'll say, because she mentions in the tweet, she mentions leaving her on red or being left on red, and not returning phone calls or something like that. It's like, and this was real, and I still struggle with this, y'all. Like, the whole thing of like control and me trying to control everything. And honestly, in my own personal opinion, when you do that and you try to control everything outside of you, you lose control of yourself, and then you become completely out of whack. You know what I mean? Because you're so dead set on trying to control this person or that person or their phone or their car, or like you get so fixated on trying to control everything outside of yourself that you end up driving yourself mad, quote unquote. So it's just like, you can only control within yourself. You know what I mean? Like, even like if it was our cell phone, like, that's a material possession. So it could break, it could malfunction, the software couldn't up, you know what I mean? Like, it's so much stuff could happen to that. Like, we really don't have control over that. And especially someone else's cell phone that's attached to another person. Like, we don't have any control over that. Like, however they choose to use their cell phone, we have no control over that. So I think in that aspect, I thought about, okay, that's like control, like trying to have control over another person and how they act towards you. And then, like, I went a little bit deeper into it, and I thought, okay, well, what does that say about the person that considers that emotional abuse? You know what I mean? Like, say if we used it in my terms, you know, like, what does that say about me? You know, like, because I realized this and had to accept it. I didn't really grasp it for a long time. Whoever we are or whatever we put out, whether that's energy, actions, behaviors, however you want to say it, that's what we get back, you know? So if we get back that same energy, then either we're giving that or we're attracting that because we're operating on our lower self, you know what I mean? So when I say that, I mean, and I'm going to keep on saying it from my perspective, because this is not like a dig at the person that did the tweet. It just, I wanted to go deeper into it about like your inner self and how your inner self causes your relationships around you to change. And I'm not doing this live, you guys, but like, I'm not doing this like any editing and stuff like that. So it'll be kind of like, you'll see like spaces and stuff, because I'm processing it with you guys as well as like recording at the same time. So it's just, and I just find it interesting that like, it's so like, it's wild, you guys. Like, it really is, because just like when you put it in that perspective, like when you accept that you can only control yourself and not others, like, that is a beautiful thing. Like, that lifts so much weight off of your shoulders, your chest, everything like that. And say if that I text somebody 2 weeks ago and they just left me on read, no response. 2 weeks later, they text me back or they don't text me back. Say if I call them three times and they don't call me back until 3 or 4 days later or 2 weeks later, what does that say about me if I continue to allow somebody to do that to me? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if the person that wrote the post answers back or doesn't answer back when the person returns with that type of behavior. But it's just like, what does that say about me? And what does that say about me that I'm so bothered by something? I don't want to say so small, because like I said, everybody views things differently, but it's just like, if somebody's not communicating back with you, that means that they're not interested in it for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Like, it could, like, you know, like, sometimes things that are on the surface may not be true, but it's just like, we would drive ourselves, like I said, mad trying to figure out why this person don't call us back, why they haven't texted us, why they left me on read. Like, we would literally drive ourselves crazy, you know what I mean? So it's just like, you can't focus on things that small, because it's just not good for you. Like, it's not good at all. So it's just like, what does that say about your self-esteem and how you view yourself, and what type of energy you're putting out into the world to get stuff like that back? You know what I mean? Because and when I talk about these things, or I have conversations with people, and I don't want to say give advice, because I don't really like that, but when I have like heartfelt conversations with people and we talk about life, I talk about things from my perspective, because they're things that I lived through, and it's things that I had to learn the hard, painful way. But one thing I will say, the best lessons I learned were the hardest and most difficult challenges I've had in life. So that's not always a bad thing. Like, just because something's painful doesn't mean it's a bad thing. And that's probably another video for another day. But it's just, when I changed my energy and what I was putting out, then I got things differently. Like, and I've been there before. Like, I've been there where I was upset how people were like talking to me, or if they didn't talk to me, or my friends or my family or my work or my school. You know what I mean? Like, I was upset with those things. And when I mentioned earlier in the video about me having a victim mindset, which I'm going to move into that, is a victim mindset is like, I would literally go to school, go to work, come home, and literally lay down. And like, when I talk about the victim mindset, I talk about like laying down, you know what I mean, which that could be physically, mentally, or spiritually. Laying yourself down and giving all of your power and control to other people. And when I say that, I mean that, you know, it's everybody's else. Like, it's the people I'm dating, it's my friends, it's my family, it's my coworkers, it's school, you know what I mean? Like, it's all those things, but it has nothing to do with me. And everybody around me needs to fix how I feel. And I'm just gonna lay here at home, and then when they figure that out, then I'll just be happy. Because it's up to them. It's outside of me. I have no control over that. So to me, that's the victim mindset. And I've had that type of mindset before. So I know how it feels. I know how it looks. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I wasn't operating as a victor. Like, I wasn't operating saying, well, Iyambi, like, maybe it's something within yourself, because peace is found within. Happiness is found within. You know what I mean? Like, if your cup is full, then you don't have to worry about other people at your job or at your school or in your family or people you're dating trying to fill your cup, because you've already filled it within, which that's very challenging and very difficult. Like, it takes a long time to get to that point, you guys. And it's a part of accepting, you know, like accepting who you are. So I had to accept that if you want something different outside of what you're getting, Iyambi, then you have to put something different out. Like, it starts within you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it comes back to, like I mentioned before, you having the control only over yourself and no one else. You know what I mean? So my bonds and relationships with people didn't change. You know what I mean? Like, nothing changed in the world. Like, I changed. And that's, and after I changed, then I saw change around me, in other people, in other environments, in other situations. So I just, and comment down below, you guys, how you feel about the tweet. You know, did you feel as deeply as I felt about it? But like I said, these segments are meant for mental health and for us to actually reflect. And a lot of times on social media, we can kind of be absorbed in it, and we kind of just take it just for like face value. And sometimes we really have to think about the things that we see on social media and the internet, online, whatever you want to call it, because it really can shape and mold how you see yourself without you even knowing it, which is a crazy thing, you guys. But I was influenced by media when I was younger, and I never even realized it until recently. Like, the makeup, the hair, how I dressed, how I saw gender roles, weight, all those things. I never really thought about it, you know what I mean, until recently. So sometimes you really have to be conscious of what you are looking at or reading, or think about it a little bit deeper, you know what I mean? So let me know, like I said, down below in the comment section, what do you think about the tweet? Also, just your opinions, any topics you would like for me to talk about in these segments every Monday. So that's all I have for now, you guys. And I look forward to seeing you next Monday and throughout the week. If no one has told you this, I love you and I cherish you. And I hope that you have a beautiful day. Thank you so much. Bye, my loves.